Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning, right?
I am John Palacio.
And I'm April Martinez.
And thank you for joining us this morning with a lot of energy. Loving those earrings.
Oh, thank you, dear Sylvia's.
Oh my goodness.
a barrel, you know, because I run out.
They run out?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yes.
That's not true. That's not true. Once again, a very pleasant morning to you, Belize. It is beautiful out. Loving the weather.
Yeah,
loving it.
I prepared differently.
How?
The weather forecast was like, it's going to rain, it's going to be cool. And I reached city and now it's hot.
So you go in a rubber boots this morning?
I come in at like threads, John. Yeah. I thought it was going to rain.
Nonetheless, I'll tell you what, driving over to work, seeing a lot of people out there just doing their jogging, doing their workout, and I feel that's the best way to go. You always want to start on a positive note. You always want to start doing or get your body in motion. It's like you wake up and then you do maybe a few yoga poses, try to get yourself really waked up. You know, one of the things I hate, dislike, that I wake up ready for the show, we're ready and stuff like that. Sit down, going over some notes, and then I start to feel sleepy again. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's not a good feeling. I don't like it. And so for that reason, I'd like to say kudos to everybody who decided this morning, you know what, I'll go to the gym, I'll go on out there, I'll take a jog, I'll take a walk, do something.
Yeah, that keeps you active, healthy, wakes you up and gets you ready for your day.
That's right. Primarily, first order of duty is actually to tell you what's buzzing in the news last night. Was a jam-packed one, and April, there's a lot to discuss when it comes to in the news from last night. And one of the biggest ones is the Northern or the Philip Golson Highway continues to take lives.
Yes.
Yesterday, the village of Crooked Tree lost a stalwart of their village chairman, and the two others who were in a pickup along with him. It was a head-on collision, we got to understand, with a bus heading in the northern direction. They were actually heading to Belize City, the bus heading over to the northern direction. That's Silva's bus.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, 3 persons lost their lives there.
Yes. You know, it's not just any 3 persons. You had the newly elected chairman of the village of Crooked Tree, and two other passengers. You had the Eustace Dawson Jr. and you know the weight that this is going to take on all the families that were affected by this RTA is no small feat, because we were just discussing safety measures on the highway. We're discussing safety measures with the bus association, how to be better drivers, defensive drivers on the highway. So at this moment, I believe that the investigation is still going through. I know that the driver of Silva's bus has been served
with a notice of intended prosecution.
Right, and now this doesn't just affect personal lives in terms of family members, but also the village itself, because this is a newly elected chairman. Yeah,
the entire village. Look, I'll tell you what, and I'm sure you've visited Crooked Tree so many times. That village is a village of a lot of families. Everybody is tied together there. I'm sure it is a significant blow to the village. Like we mentioned, it's the village chairman, newly elected. And so therefore that village will eventually have to go into another election to see who the new chairman is going to be. Right. But I go back to the fact that it is a village that is very close-knit. Going over there, it's everybody who knows everybody who mingle together, and it's a very close-knit area.
I think what brings it full circle is that they were on their way to Belmopan to discuss new ways on how to improve the lives of the members of the village. They were about to meet, I believe, with Minister Marcone Leal Sr., and they were there to talk. They were supposed to be there to talk about ways for people from Kukichi to attain new land and so forth. So it's all just bad news all around. Yes, it's a traffic accident that now family members will have to deal with, and of course we send condolences to the Gillette family and the Dawson family. But also the entire village is going to be weaning from this. And I believe that Minister Leal said that they're going to have to see how they're going to do next election, because they just had village.
And how early that is going to be. But we do say wholeheartedly condolence to the village, condolence to their family. And we wish them all the very best in their future endeavors. And of course, that's one of the news coming out. It's definitely a sad time for them.
Yes.
Another news story that's hitting social media like wildfire. Of course, it's the UDP's 49th anniversary.
Right.
We don't normally discuss political parties here, and simply because that is not what we do.
Yeah.
But the UDP is actually the reckoned opposition, of course, by the Constitution of Belize, the supreme law of this country. And so, yesterday with their 49th anniversary, there was so many, of course, everybody knows what's going on within that party at this particular point. So I'm sure a lot of the questions were geared towards what's going on to try and find out what's hot within the party. But primarily, with a party, a mass party such as the UDP being recognized by the Constitution of Belize, 49th anniversary, that is a great feat for them.
Right, and 49 years, and of course 23 where the UDP held office as the reigning administration. In light of whatever is happening within the politics of its own party, needless to say that I think that we feel that it's something new because the media and of course we talk about it more so social media. It's being brought across social media, but let's be reminded that every single party that has to reform after being in power for an extended period of time will go through these kinds of hardships. The PUP had to go through it. The UDP is going through it once again. So whatever happens, I feel that maybe not within the span of this year or next that we're going to see huge events of change within the party, but I know that gradually they will get back on their feet, because that is what happens within
that is what happens. Indeed, you're totally right.
Parties.
You're totally right. It happens to all the mass parties. Basically what happens is that you nearly want to say a hemorrhage.
Right, and then with the third parties that try, you never hear from them again.
And that's the
it happens.
And that's the thing, because and that's a part of the conversation that a lot of people are actually saying. We hear about the UDP, we hear about the PUP, we hear that people are tired, we hear this, we hear that, but you only see third parties, on the approach to elections, and that's when we'll try to throw a few people around and say, we feel you're better fit here, and then we try to go out on campaign and then blame the people when election time, because they're not voted in.
Right, and that's why I give kudos to Nancy Marin for already starting to campaign on her own with her initiative of her third party.
Yeah.
Because regardless of the way you think about politics or the way you feel about politics, having that third option is good. When you are in a debate, when you're in a hot debate, and a decision has to be made, and only two people are involved, you're never going to be able to find a solution because there's not a third option there. So the necessity for a third party is good for democracy.
Yeah.
So kudos to Nancy Marin for that.
And I love the fact that you use the word democracy, because I feel that we're one of the countries that actually showcases democracy at its highest. But we also need to understand how important the opposition is to democracy.
You need to have, again, options. You need to have somebody say, okay, I disagree with you because your mandate does not fit what Belizean culture is, or your solutions are short-term solutions. It's not getting to the root of the problem. You need that kind of back and forth in order for you to healthy discourse.
That's right.
That is what you need.
All right. So kudos to the UDP on their 49th anniversary. Their event was actually held yesterday, and we had some interviews with them, along with the party leader as well, and other stalwarts within that party. And that's one of the stories making the news for last night. And I'd like to end with this note. The BTB and Carnival Cruise Line launched a recruitment exercise yesterday as well. A lot of people gathered I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was at the Biltmore.
Yeah.
And there were a recruitment drive on there. One of the things I always say, April, is if we're not exposed, then it puts us in a difficult decision to actually lead or to actually manage, because you get to see new things, new ways and whatnot. Now, Carnival Cruise Line is actually out here recruiting people, and they're looking for Caribbean folks, because they know that when they launch from where their origin and then going into these areas, they'd like for people who could speak the lingua.
Yeah.
And one of the best places to find people or to recruit from is right here at home in beautiful Belize.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And I think that this is where our attachment to the Caribbean extends.
Yes.
We feel relatable because we speak almost similarly the same languages, and in terms of colonial establishment, societal establishment, we feel connected to them. And I often say, though, as much as we feel connected to the Caribbean, I mean, me to be biased, right? But I feel like our tourism, is a little better, just because of our diversity in tourism. We had members of the BTB here
On set, yes.
Discussing not just certain ways that can improve the natural beauty of the tourism in Belize, but cultural tourism, heritage tourism, the way I watched the trolleys that were coming in Belize City, the ones that do the city tours, and I always feel that is a great idea. How can you make that better? How can you expound it better? And for members of people that live in Belize, will say that that's lame, that's not tourism, but you have people that genuinely are curious to see how other people in other countries live, even if it's the same thing in a different part of the world, right? So the different types of tourism that we have that cater to every single tourist, I think you only go find in Belize.
You did say a little better, and I'll go out on a limb to say
We're better.
a million times better. Look, I'll tell you what, we're in a country, man, we're so beautiful. We've got natural wonders, we've got culture, we've got great food, we've got great drinks, we've got great people.
You got it all.
We've got it all. We are the destination. We don't know the destination, we are the destination. And so for that reason, I can't, it's a good thing for Carnival to actually come on down here and try to do recruitment.
Yeah.
It provides for livelihood for Belizeans. And while it provides livelihood for Belizeans, April, I'll tell you what, it actually provides for them to be, to see the world from another perspective.
Yeah.
Coming home and being able to manage, bringing new ideas to the table. And that's one of the things that we need. We always say, we're reluctant for change. But maybe we don't put our best foot forward in terms of explaining why the change is coming around. Yes, we understand that when there is a pandemic, it's just a bang, one on.
Yeah.
But let's educate people that, there are times when these things will happen. So when it does happen, then you understand, this is what they were talking about.
I mean, you struck it, and I want to bring it full circle when you talked about tourism, and we had the Caribbean Vulnerable Communities panel last night as well, following the newscast last night, beyond COVID, right, where we had members of the Caribbean communities come on set. They had a panel discussion and so on, and of course you can catch a rerun of that from newscast yesterday on YouTube. But the point of it was to see where we are at now, right? So we look beyond the pandemic, how we are getting better, how are we progressing as a Caribbean community, and tourism is right on that board.
That's right. Look, you have to do checks and balances. In order for you to go forward, you must come on out and see, okay, this is where I am, this is where we are, and then you move on from there. And that's exactly what that discussion was like last night.
It's motivating and positive.
It is. We are in a great space. Look, I'll tell you what, with the rebound of tourism, Belize is definitely going to be one of those hot spots, or continue to be one of the hot spots throughout the world. Exactly. And those were the stories that I feel, there we go. Those were the stories that I feel were worth discussing this morning. There's so many more, but with the interest of time, of course, we need to move on. Which brings me to tell you that when it comes to news stories, have the conversation. It's very important, especially with your peers.
Yes.
So you know what is the topics of interest, and you could better understand what's going on across the world, especially here at home. Let's get to the eye-opener, taken from dailyom.com. April, I love this one. I'll tell you what. And it goes a little like this. The longer we are able to hold a positive thought, the stronger that energy around us become. If we make no effort at all, our thoughts usually scatter in a vast array of directions. They start and stop and move in surprising ways from one second to the next. If we try to follow our thoughts without controlling them, we will be amazed at how truly inconsistent they are. Yet, if we apply our minds to a specific task, especially one that interests us, they gather together and allow us to focus our attention, creating great power and energy. This is what is known as pure thought because it is undistracted. If pure thought is a body, it is our emotion that supply the heart that can really bring it to life. Our thoughts and feelings exist in relation to one another, and they form a feedback loop through which they communicate and empower each other. When we hold a thought in our mind without being distracted, we have achieved pure thought. When we have a positive emotional response to that thought, we enable it to dance and move and breathe itself into existence.
Ooh, I like that. No, I do think that this eye-opener is one of those where we were talking about having that awakening this morning, those positive feelings this morning when you do yoga, when you're centering yourself. This is what this eye-opener is giving me this morning. And the reason I say that is because it's very difficult to hold positive thoughts.
Yeah.
It is. And I know, well, you and I, different rapport, because John, different breed. But I think that for the average human, holding a positive thought is difficult. It's difficult, especially when you are trying to get to a positive space. Not all of us have it. And so when you get to a positive space and you feel that positive energy and you have those positive thoughts, something will come.
Yeah.
Right? Life will happen.
Yeah.
And you'll feel that you can no longer hold on to that energy because you have to deal with outing the fires around you. And so when you are able to harness that positive thought and hone it, yes, the stronger your energy becomes, where you're able to tackle different problems in a positive light. But that in itself is a skill to master.
Look, I'll tell you what, it boils down to one word for me, focus. You know, one of the things that always happens, like sometimes you catch yourself thinking a whole pile of stuff. You're there and it's that, then this, then that, then this. I'm one of those folks. I'm one of those type of people where sometimes I'm thinking this and I'm thinking that and I'm wondering to myself, oh my goodness, but I'm everywhere. But it's when you focus, that is when you become, that is where, and there's a specific spot here in the eye opener. This is what is known as pure thought.
Yeah.
So that's when you're focused. And focusing might not be something as easy, but everybody have a specific time in their day that they are focused. So it speaks to that. What you need to do, especially if there's something that you'd like to do, is actually to be focused. That's your word for today.
We need to focus on the weather.
Let's focus on the weather. Let's see what the weather folks are going to say for this morning. Let's see who is on the line.
Good morning, Francisca.
Good morning, guys. I'm happy.
I'm always happy when she calls.
Oh, man.
Then tell me I'm supposed to call you Tia, but I'm not really sure why.
Who, what?
Yeah. Then tell me I'm supposed to call her Auntie.
Francisca, you're hearing this?
With a friend Kayo people call each other Auntie.
All right. But Francisca, it's always nice to hear from you. Last night here in the city, we felt some of that northerly winds and felt some rain. But let's get to the general situation and see what we'll be feeling for today. Where do we start?
Okay, so we're having a westerly airflow dominating our weather, and that is a result of Hurricane Ian. Ian has a very large circulation, so it's still affecting us and will continue so for the next 2 or 3 days.
Oh, wow.
Still will be right. That's right.
So, and in the 24-hour forecast, what should we expect?
We'll be seeing sunny skies, cloudy spells today, and cloudy skies at times tonight. Showers and thunderstorms will be isolated this morning, so we won't be seeing much activity. But we will see an increase later this afternoon through tonight. And I will say here, these thunderstorms could be severe later tonight.
Is this due to Ian becoming a Category 4 hurricane?
And yes, and because we are seeing a feeder band, what we call a feeder band.
Yeah, definitely.
Developing over us later today and tonight.
And how long will that last for?
It will last through the night, and by Thursday morning, we will see most of the activity moving to the south of the country.
All right. So when we have feeder bands, especially for the fact that Ian is all the way to the north of us or northeast of us, those winds will be blowing from where?
West to northwest.
At 5 to 15 knots, I'm seeing here?
Right, that's right. It will only be light chop seas because of the distance of the hurricane.
All right. So because we're getting these feeder bands, Francisca, this should mean that our high temperatures should be a little cool?
No, it will be the opposite because the winds coming from inland areas will be heated up before it reaches us. So by the time it reaches us, it supports a high temperature.
Oh no,
So what are our highs and lows then?
Right. So we are seeing 90 along the coast this afternoon, 93 inland, 82 up in the Maya Mountains. And then overnight, because it's coming from the west, it will be a bit cooler. So we are seeing 76 along the coast tonight, 71 inland, 65 up in the Maya Mountains.
Man, I tell you what, kudos to the west. The Lascaux could relax a little bit, no? But let me ask you this, Francisca. We normally see, so in the highs it will be 90, 93, and then 82. Is that the real feel?
No, we have what we call the heat index. So the higher what we call the relative humidity, the amount of moisture in the atmosphere, then the warmer we feel.
So how does that affect our outlook for Thursday and Thursday night?
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, by Thursday morning, we will be seeing the activities moving towards the south. So we'll be seeing isolated showers over the country, except over southern areas, Thursday and Thursday night.
All right.
All right.
Well, we've been warned, but at the same time, we're in the hurricane season. Is there anything out there in the tropics besides Ian that could affect us at earliest?
There's a system west of the Cabo Verde Islands. These are some islands just off West Africa. And I just got a bulletin that's saying that this system could become a tropical depression or a tropical storm later today, but it will be short-lived, but it's moving over the central Atlantic Ocean, so it won't be affecting us.
All right. Well, we're
going to still look out anyway.
Yeah, of course. We're in the hurricane season. But thank you so very much for joining us this morning to share with us these info.
Updates, yes.
You're welcome, and
Have a
have
good
a great day.
All right. Bye, Tia.
Bye.
I just want for you guys to know, I did at least 2 years in Central Farm.
So you consider yourself Kaya people?
Kaya-ish, man, I Kaya-ish.
We adapt you. We adapt you.
Kaya-ish,
We adapt you.
We need to move on with the show for this morning. I'll tell you what, we've got some topics to share with you that you will love. Very informative topics. As a matter of fact, this morning we'll be chit-chatting with, via Zoom, representatives of the Ministry of Health and Wellness. It's actually Wellness Week, and they'll be joining us via Zoom. And I see some stuff to cook up a storm there.
John, sounds like there will be a competition this morning.
All right,
That's what
then.
I'm seeing today.
That's the first topic this morning.
And our second conversation will be with the Belize Port Authority. They are going to be here to discuss World Maritime Day, and they are going to be talking about their activities surrounding World Maritime Day.
All right, and the third topic for this morning, you can remember back in the days when Benny's used to have Benny's dollars. And you could have actually redeemed these dollars for various gift items throughout the store. Well, they've moved away from that, and they've actually taken things up a notch. They've got now Benny's B-Bucks.
John,
but how do you use B-Bucks?
I tell you, these e-wallets are becoming a trend, and
It's trendy.
everybody is getting their hands on it. So B-Bucks, all about what you can get.
And that's the question. How do you use B-Bucks? You might be wondering what it is. Is it physical paper, money, or whatnot? We don't know. But the folks from Benny's will be in to tell us this morning exactly what Benny's B-Bucks are. All right, so that's going to be our third topic for this morning.
I like it every time I think about Benny's, I think about Super G.
To the shop at Benny's store. Look, I'll tell you what, we need to take the break. When we come back, we'll be chit-chatting with reps from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and we'll be cooking up a storm. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Everyone, including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
Your life just got a lot less complicated with Belize Bank Contactless MasterCard Debit Card. Introducing our Standard Debit and MasterCard Platinum Debit Cards. Now you can make purchases anywhere MasterCard is accepted with one tap, pay and go. Your contactless card never has to leave your hands, especially in these times. And your card is embedded with multiple layers of security. Platinum card holders get to enjoy extra benefits like price protection, purchase protection, trip inconvenience, and luggage protection, just to name a few. Start enjoying a cashless lifestyle today with the Belize Bank.
Celebrate this September and save when you shop at Cellular World during our Save Cash to Bash promotion. Enjoy mad savings on our lead offers, including entry-level phones starting as low as $59, tablets starting at only $149, Bluetooth speakers at only $25, headphones, earbuds, and so much more. Drop by our Cellular World stores to shop for all your electronic essentials and save some cash to bash. Don't delay. Visit us at any of our branches in Belize City, Belmopan, or San Pedro, or shop via our virtual stores by adding us to WhatsApp at 615-5141 or 627-6200. So don't miss out on the celebration this September. Cellular World. Low prices, more choices.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Ile sa Albert Iterlube?
Inita nomada. Na bastante golida ligabri. Asa talida l'escuela abro hatia. Afiat na lo ni la mege do.
Time out. Weri hali anigi beli habusa rogrigia wena mohaya hagamro duniwa irahia. Baro bada ayano haba hama bisanigu. Demele badugunile bide haba lida leredoroniwa hagamro duniwa irahia.
Wow. Oh my God, she drunk. No hurry, I got this. Goodness. Oh my gosh, it's the artist.
Being the hardest. The artist. But you had way more than 2 drinks tonight, love, which is a legal limit to drive. What about you? Can you drive?
Well, I was drinking soft drink all night, so I can drive her home. Thanks, Bree. Of course, Tricia. You know I got you. You're my girl.
That's what I like to see. Friends don't let friends drive drunk, because you can't replay in a real life. Stig says so. Can't replay in a real life.
Reduce your risk of viral illness like the flu or the coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water or with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing with a tissue. Throw away, then wash hands immediately. Avoid close contact with anyone who has the cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or nearest health center and share your travel history. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
Hey, Dad.
Hi, Brian. Please stop running around the house.
Right now, Dad.
Damn it, Brian! I told you stop it! Can't you hear me? Are you deaf? Or you just being
Time out. Your life is stressful, and it is easy to lose your patience. When you feel this is about to happen, take a time out. Harsh words are verbal violence and can be very harmful. They are not forgotten. Offering alternatives and communicating with your child is the best way to build real respect.
I'm sorry, Brian. That just had a rough day at work. Can you do something quiet?
Do you want a job?
That's more like it.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
And we're back. Welcome back to Open Your Eyes, and we're moving now into our first segment for the morning. This one is strange though, because we're not normally in front of the table like this.
I know we usually
and it's just
cook.
us. All
Yeah.
right? So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll be joined by representatives of the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This is actually Wellness Week.
It is.
And we'll be discussing health, how important it is, and try to show you how to come up with a healthy breakfast.
Why you point at me when you say show you? Show you.
We want to show you how to do one healthy breakfast, all right? Now, in to talk to us, we have none other than Loretti Novello, health educator from the San Ignacio Community Hospital, and also Jihan Habet, who is a nutritionist. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
All right, nice to see you. So, hey, look, I tell you what, loving the colors on you. I tell you, let's see the wellness
shirt. Yeah, Wellness Week, beautiful. Love it.
Good morning, guys, and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so let's jump on into this, man. We were talking about this morning. Yeah. We're talking about health and how important it is to live a healthy lifestyle. Exactly where we'd like to start. And let's jump on in with Ms. Lar first. Ms. Lar, now, let's talk about a healthy lifestyle. And is that something that we could actually do right here at home? We eat a lot of stuff that is not healthy. We do a lot of stuff that is not healthy. Can we actually live that lifestyle here at home in Belize?
Good morning, everyone, once again. Of course, we can live a healthy lifestyle. It's just a habit that we need to take on. Everything that we need, we can find it in our backyard. I mean, our country produces a lot of vegetables and fruits, right? We don't need to be buying expensive fruits, strawberries and berries. We can buy apples, bananas, watermelon. We have everything here. Again, it's just a habit that we need to take on. And I know sometimes it's difficult with the workload that we have, the kids, you have to tend to the house, you have to work. We might put that as an excuse, but once we get it into a routine, then I don't see any problem with us eating and living a healthy lifestyle.
Okay, I want to get Jehan in the conversation and ask, because one of the things that I understand that we have the resources to lead a healthy lifestyle. We are able to. We have open air and spaces and parks, and naturally we're able to grow our food. But is the Belizean lifestyle sustainable to help us keep up with a healthy lifestyle?
Absolutely. I do believe that it is. As Ms. Loretti said, nutritionally, food-wise, we are blessed to have a variety of vegetables and fruits that we can actually afford. When we think healthy lifestyle, we think diet, we think, okay, healthy food's expensive. I have to buy broccoli all the time. I have to buy quinoa all the time, and we don't have to, right? We do produce a lot of very, very good vegetables that we can afford. And then the lifestyle itself, yes, most of us do work 8 to 5, but once we can develop healthier habits, workout habits, I mean, sacrificing a little bit of sleep sometimes makes it a little bit more sustainable for us, because we can develop these habits. You'll be a little bit sleepy in the first couple of weeks, but then your body gets accustomed to it. You get more energized. You're able to wake up a little bit earlier and take a run, or after work, we get home. A lot of us do have families, we do have children, we have to cook, we have to prepare meals and things like that. And that's But if we can give ourselves 20 minutes in the bathroom to do some squats, or 20 minutes after work to walk around with our kids, get your family involved, and that way it's even more sustainable, because you're having your family be healthier. You're taking out that time for yourself, and it's not just physical health and wellness, it's also mental health and wellness. After work, coming home straight into the kitchen, you get stressed out. Give yourself a little bit of time to refresh your mind, refresh your body. You're able to breathe, get some fresh air, and then go and continue what we're doing. We are able to sustain healthier lifestyle.
But Jehan, one of the things that we do, and we could see that, and I'm guilty. At lunchtime, you're at work. You're sitting down at work, you're eating a big plate of rice and beans, or rice stew beans, or a large burrito. You want to make sure that whatsoever you're eating is actually something that's going to last you from 1 p.m.
to 5
p.m.
Yeah.
Would you say this is a good practice? And what can people do? And I'm specifically saying for work because I know how it is at workplaces. And around 2 o'clock, you want something sweet because that's when the sweet tooth comes in. Now, is this something you would recommend? What would you recommend for a lifestyle, especially in the workplace?
So especially in the workplace, that is a great question. My recommendation to any and everybody is instead of having a mountain of rice and beans at lunch, getting sleepy, needing your sweet at 2, 3 o'clock, starving at 6 o'clock, have meals have small portions every 2 to 3 hours. Allow your body to constantly have something in your system, healthy items, healthy snacks, fruits, yogurt, nuts, and then your meals, having your vegetables, having it be high fiber, having it be enough protein, enough of your carbohydrates that you're not filling up yourself with one type of food so that you're not stuffed, you're not sleepy, but you can actually be constant, you can be focused, you can be awake. It's not going to make you feel logy in the afternoon because you're going to have a little bit of everything, and then you have in 2 hours you say, okay, I'm going to have a fruit. So by the time 5 o'clock comes, you're not starving anymore. You already had something a couple hours ago, so you can have a healthier option for dinner. One of the practices we as Belizeans, and throughout the Caribbean, to be honest, we eat very large meals only 3 times a day. That's it. And then by the time we get home, we're starving. You eat anything, you just soak up everything that you can. But making it a habit to have something healthy, smaller portions every 2 hours, you're making your metabolism continuously work. You're not starving, and you get as much of your vitamins and minerals and your nutrients throughout the entire day.
So this is Wellness Week at the Ministry of Health and Wellness. So talk to us about some of the education activities. I see you are already doing some of the campaigns for schools and so forth, and other curricular activities. So talk to us about the activities for the remainder of the week. And also, apparently we're supposed to have a competition this morning. So can you enlighten us on what John and I are supposed to do? And then you can also explain the activities for the week.
Sure. Well, I know, as far as I know, you're going to be competing against each other. Healthiest breakfast item, breakfast on the go with the ingredients that you have there. I will allow you to just have free range. You make what you think is healthy, what you think you can actually sustain and make for yourself for breakfast. And then they'll come in and see who did a better job, what we can do to fix it. And in the same way, we can encourage, all of our viewers what breakfast items we can actually make, and it can still be filling. You'll be on the go. We all have busy lives, and that's the point, to not have to skip breakfast just because we're busy. Maybe Miss Loretti can actually enlighten us on the rest of the week. We have very similar things happening in Belmopan as well as San Ignacio for Wellness Week, so she can probably enlighten us a little bit more too.
All right, so let's jump on in there and tell us what's going to happen during Wellness Week, or what have been happening during Wellness Week.
I can speak for San Ignacio Community Hospital. We started on Monday with a Check Yourself Day. We brought in Ms. Habet, to do regular BMI, weight checks. We did glucose checks, blood pressure checks to all the staff who wanted. Of course, again, even though we work in the health section, we still are afraid to check our blood pressure or glucose or BMI. We're scared to know that we might suffer one of the NCDs, and this is the reason why every year we celebrate Wellness Week, to promote wellness and wellness in a whole, and physical, mental, all aspects of wellness. That's what we are trying to promote this entire week, and hoping that everyone carries it throughout the year. It's not just 1 week. Right, but we started again Monday with Check Yourself Day. Yesterday we promoted it on our local media house, and tomorrow we're gonna have Thirsty Thursday. So it's healthy smoothies. We're gonna be giving away healthy smoothies to the staff. And on Friday, we have a sports day.
Okay.
Again, like how Ms. Jehan said, you know, we are used to 8 to 5 and in between no break. So we're taking Friday half day to promote physical activity for the staff. Okay, it doesn't have to be 1 hour in the gym or running for 1 hour on your treadmill. Like Ms. Jehan said, walk around the park, take your kids for a walk, because the kids nowadays, they need to get their physical activity too. Most of them are being couch potatoes, right? With the Nintendo games and all the games that are now out. So we need to start our kids with a good habit from an early age, so that when they grow up, they continue with it.
But I tell you what, you know, one of the things that kids gravitate to the most are actually salt or salty food or sweet food. And we could actually see how the ramen they fly off the shelf, no? What advice would you give to parents, especially with respect to this, while we are trying to prepare something healthy and show them what healthy is? What advice would you give, any one of you guys, to parents
Don't
who,
buy it.
because that child want that salty ramen?
Yeah.
Don't buy it. That's very advice. When we keep these things in our homes, they're obviously gonna eat it, right? You can purchase all the good fruits. You have your apples, your pears, your oranges, have great fruit salads and vegetables in the fridge. But if you have that and have chips and have ramen and have the unhealthy items, then they're going to gravitate towards that, right? So if we don't have it, then they have, it sounds bad to say, but they have no other choice but to choose their healthier options. And we don't have to just have boring fruits. Like a lot of kids just don't like fruits, or they don't like just eating an apple. We can make fruit smoothies, we can make fruit popsicles, we can make your own frozen yogurt with frozen fruits and unsweetened yogurt. We can make it so that we're still getting our nutrients and having fun snacks for our kids, without having all the salt and all the sugar and things like that.
Yeah, you're totally right. And I feel that a lot of parents need to take heed of that, because one of the things that parents like to do is, one, you have the tablet babysit the child, and two, you give them the ramen or the sweet, because that would eventually put them at ease. Which brings me to think maybe the problem, of course, is never the child. It's actually with the parents.
Right.
You know?
Right, because at the end of the day, like Jehan rightfully mentioned, you are a working parent. Most parents work. And so by the time you finish your job, you have to come home and prepare a meal. And you have to make sure that the kids do their homework, they're ready for bed and then school the next day. So then what kind of ideas or recipes would you recommend for that working parent that has to maintain the house when they come home and so forth, instead of ramen, right?
So I always recommend some sort of meal preparations. On a weekend, you have your vegetables, pre-chop your veggies, make a big pot of beans. You could freeze it in portions, season up your chicken in portions from before, freeze it. Things like that are very helpful, so that when you get home, you don't have to start everything from scratch. I also think it's very helpful to plan out the week, and it's not always realistic. I don't have kids as yet, and even just my husband and I, we don't stick to our plan, but it is a good practice to try. We need to make the effort. You plan for this week, you meal prep at least for 2-3 days, and then the other 2-3 days. But of course, there are going to be times where you do get home late, or you're not able to do as planned. And Miss Loretti, I know you have your 2 kids. So how do you meal prep?
Fortunately, I do have someone at home who stays with them, so she does the cooking for
I like
us.
how she said, unfortunately.
Because I know a lot of parents don't have that luxury of having a nanny at home who would do the meal prep for you. So, but again, like how Ms. Jehan said, do your meal prep from weekend, just take 1 hour, 2 hours the most. Let it be a family affair. Have the kids wash the vegetables while your husband does something else and you do something else, so that it's a family affair, so that they learn as well. this is what we did when we were growing up, and I will stick to it when I have my family. You know, you need to, I work out, and my kids say, Mommy, you are so strong. You know, when I grow up, I'm going to be doing this as well. So it's not only in the workout regime, but also in the nutrition part, you know, involve the entire family to meal prep. Okay.
Eating together is also something we do want to encourage. It can be hard at times too, but when your kids sit with you and see you eat healthier meals, they can visualize what their plates are supposed to look like. As Ms. Loretti said, they develop these habits from young, and they want to continue that way. We need to encourage them and instill in them healthy habits from
a young age.
Possible. Youngest age possible, so they can carry that out into teenage years and into adulthood. Teenage years are the years where you make the worst health decisions because all you're eating is junk, or you go to college and all you eat is ramen,
junk food. Yeah, but Lara, and of course, I'd like for you guys to address one thing. What is the ministry doing with respect to schools? Now these kids spend most of their times in school. And when you go to school, outside the school compound, you'll always find all the sweets and all the stuff that we would deem not healthy. But this is what they gravitate to. So what do we do with the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education in trying to educate these children about what to get and what not to get?
What we always do is go into the schools to speak about wellness in a whole, nutrition part, personal hygiene, right? Let them know that it is good. We always say we have a special day for Fruits Day. So we encourage the kids to bring a fruit on the day off when we are going to go give health education, and we let them know what are the benefits of these fruits. And I always get that when I go back to the same school, those same kids are telling me, teacher, they call me teacher, I'm making better choices. I'm eating my watermelon, or I'm doing this type of smoothie. So they do listen to you. At primary school level, those are where you need to target, because they do listen to you and they do put it into practice.
Yep.
But yes, we're communicating with the Ministry of Education to, you know, and if they have a cafeteria at school, to promote healthy snacks, to promote healthy lunch, if they offer lunch for schools, right? Now for stores that are outside of the school, then we have no, you know, control over it. But we try to educate the students, and we provide posters for the teachers so that they can do the lessons themselves as well.
You're totally right. So I'll tell you what, you did say healthy food and healthy snacks. Check this healthy smoothie out. Go ahead.
I think they like the dance whenever I make this.
So this is actually a healthy smoothie. And April, what did you put in there?
You know, I haven't finished, so I won't reveal it just yet. And especially since it's not just about what you put in, but the portions that you put in. Am I right, Jahan?
Yes, you are.
Yes. All right. So we know, in the interest of time, we're trying to conclude what we're doing here.
Yeah.
But again, Miss, we'd like for you to share with us what is happening at this point with respect to Wellness Week in San Ignacio. And we're talking to Miss Lar.
Yes, like how I mentioned, we have an entire week of activities for the staff. This year, we're targeting staff only because we want them to feel appreciated and for them to start making better choices. We always, as I said in the beginning, we always use this excuse that, oh, I'm tired. I work from 8 to 5. I have kids going to school. So I wake up from very early, from 4 o'clock, prepare breakfast for the kids, for the husband. You know, I do not have time to be making, to do exercise or to do meal prep, right? So what we're doing is these, this entire week, we're doing activities for the staff of San Ignacio Community Hospital, just to encourage them to, you know, it's a lifestyle. It's going to take a little bit of time, but once you get used to it and you're starting to see that you feel much better and how rewarding it is, then we hope that they continue with that same trend.
Miss Lorette, I want put on this blender one more time.
Yeah.
And then we are say who win.
All right. I don't buy us already, but that's all right.
I don't win already. By default, I have won.
By default.
I don't know.
right.
I'm not a smoothie maker, so
You
when
are.
I
You the
don't
thing. You
know
the thing.
how long to leave my ingredients to mix and what's not.
Well, I'll tell you, I can explain my plate for you.
Yeah, I gotta explain to the people while I.
Jehan, what I did with my platter is that, and I use platter if you notice. Check this out. You want to check it out. I actually showed. I have three things, 4 different things on my platter. 2 hard-boiled eggs. 2 wheat bread, 2 sliced wheat bread. I actually have 2 slices of avocado. And to top it off, I have an apple. That's what I have here on my plate.
I feel like you're supposed to make a sandwich.
We don't have to. For those who don't like sandwich, you don't have to eat a sandwich, but you could actually eat a healthy meal by doing just that.
All right. Well, I did not do that. I made a smoothie out of banana, Greek yogurt, peanut butter, and almond milk.
All right, so there you go. I'm just make a note that Lee expensive, but again, you know, when it comes to, for those of us who don't like sandwich, or for people who don't like sandwich, you got your 2 slices of bread, easily found. You got your 2 eggs, easily found. Your pear, once is its style, and same with the apple. And I feel that is a great
You
meal.
know, yes, and I think that the purpose was to have a quick breakfast to
There
go.
we go, and that is
and that
breakfast.
is quick. I mean, the shake, it took me not even 10 minutes to make. I was here. So
There we go.
and these are all ingredients that you can find right here at home.
All right, so.
But I think I win.
Jehan, you want to judge along with
I
Miss
think I
Lar?
win.
You guys want to judge?
I don't want to judge.
Who wants to judge? You tell me
She's
where to
the
go on.
nutritionist. She should judge.
Okay, so what we want to encourage at all times, every single meal, is having multiple of our food groups at one time, right? We have 6 food groups. We have our staples, our legumes, our food from animal group. We have vegetables, fruits, and our fats. So as many of this that we can put together at one time, we get the most nutrients, we get our macronutrients, we get vitamins and minerals, right? So that's the goal. Every meal have multiple food groups. In platter number 1, we do see that, 1, you do have the whole wheat bread, which is excellent, very high fiber. You have your staples. We do get a lot of vitamins and minerals from our fiber itself. You have your energy from your carbohydrates. You do have your 2 eggs, which is great. You're getting your protein, you're getting your vitamin A, your choline, all the good stuff. You're getting your healthy fats from your avocado, which is great. And of course, we have our fruit. So that is an excellent plate. I think the only thing I would probably do is maybe add a little vegetable, right? Add a couple pieces of lettuce and tomato if it's gonna be a sandwich, or even if it's gonna be like an open face sandwich, you're gonna mash your little avocado, you make avocado toast, fancy avocado toast. You put your avocado, you slice your egg on top, and a few pieces of your tomato, right? Like, it's just to help you make sure you get those extra nutrients as well. But I think this is an excellent plate. It's an excellent breakfast. Like you said, if you don't like a sandwich, you can eat it like this. Or if you do like a sandwich, get these exact same ingredients and squish it together.
All right.
Excellent breakfast.
I have added tomatoes to his platter.
She explained the platter already. Can you tell us about the other meal? about the other one?
Likewise with our smoothie. Smoothie was excellent. You do have your fruits, you have your healthy fat / legume from your peanut butter, your almond milk, your Greek yogurt for your dairy with your protein. Very, very good. Again, the only thing I would add, and this is for extra fiber as well as just some bulk to keep you fuller longer, is you can actually add some dry oatmeal to just thicken it up. It keeps you full a little bit longer. You get a little bit extra nutrients from it, and it actually will sustain you for a couple hours.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome.
So which meal, as a nutrition, which meal win?
It's a tie.
Jehan, you know you could hurt my feelings. It's okay. We've been friends for a long time. That's fine. But you could also let John down easily and let him know that I won.
Who has to run out the door in the morning? They could put their smoothie together, blend it, get ready, come back, pour it, leave, right? For the person who have a little bit extra time, they can make their eggs and their bread. So 2 different types of working people.
Right, she really know.
No, Jehan. No, Jehan.
This was a competition.
That's total bias. But nonetheless, guys, on the table what we've got, and this is to wrap up things quick, we do have our fruit base. We do have the yogurt as well. We have our platter with all the nutrition that we need as well. So with the lettuce, the tomatoes, and we feel that this is actually living a healthy lifestyle.
With ingredients that you can find right here at home. But Jehan, Loretta, thank you both so much for stopping in. We look forward to the rest of Wellness Week that is brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank
I
you
just
very
like for
much
you
for
guys to
having
know
us.
that in the studio, the pure biasness. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, it's going to be with the Belize Port Authority. It's actually World Maritime Day, and we'll find out exactly how they're celebrating and what it means for that particular avenue of life. All right, so we'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
The Mega Progressive Jackpot is now $114,041. Make sure you don't miss your chance to win it. Purchase your Mega Bingo tickets at the nearest outlet and tune into the next live show airing this Wednesday, September 28th on Channel 5 and Love FM. You can also tune in live on Facebook and YouTube by searching for Belize Mega Bingo. More ways to play make it easier to get in the game and win. So don't miss your opportunity to get your hands on all that mega cash. Remember, Mega Bingo is the game.
Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
But how can you pay with your phone?
B-Box.
What? What is B-Box?
B-Box have been his newest rewards program.
Really? Where I could get it from?
Man, check on the website bbox.bz or you could download it from the App Store. And if you still don't know, check that young lady there and she will hook you up.
I will surely do so. Good afternoon, miss. Can you hook me up with B-Box?
It's almost lunchtime and Alice is getting hungry and forgot to bring cash. She remembers that eCash now has a geolocation feature in which she can easily view the eCash merchants near her, especially restaurants. Her co-workers also ask her to order food for them.
Chicken chow mein, please, and a Coke.
The merchant sends her the payment link. She taps confirm, and within a few minutes, her food is delivered. Alice then views her transaction history and taps on the transaction recently made. Then taps the split the bill button where she selects the unevenly option and moves the bar to the desired amount per person. The request is then sent to her friends. Her colleagues accept the requests and are ready to enjoy their meals. Geolocation and splitting the bill via eCash make Alice's life a whole lot easier.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're moving now into our second segment for the morning. And this one, of course, is always, it's all about another day. Now, this one is actually World Maritime Day. And we've got the Major himself, Ports Commissioner, Belize Port Authority, Major Gilbert Swazo. Good morning. Welcome.
President, good morning, Belize. President, good morning to the world. President, good morning certainly to the board of directors, the management and the staff of Belize Port Authority. It's always a pleasure, certainly for me to be here, to share some of the happenings within the maritime and shipping industry.
It is it's interesting. Last year I remember celebrating this as well. But for the most part, the information that we actually get from the Port Authority with respect to World Maritime Day is very important. It is a career that a lot of folks might not see as one that is attractive to actually be a seaman. I think that's how we refer to them
seafarers,
as seafarers.
Yes.
So let's get into World Maritime Day and what it actually means and how that is celebrated.
Yes, well, World Maritime Day is a day that is set aside by the International Maritime Organization, IMO. They have selected that the third Thursday in September is a day when they will celebrate it throughout the entire world. It certainly recognizes the industry and the importance of the maritime industry to the world and in particular to the respective countries within. For example, there are over 22 million seafarers across the world.
Wow.
And it's also a known fact that the merchant marine shipping is the one that takes over 80 to 90% of the world goods for trading across the world. So that is important. Shipping is by far the most efficient and the most cost-effective way of transporting goods from one country to the other. So Belize, it's no different. A large percent, over 80% of our goods that comes into this, the shirt, the shoes, the things we eat, the medical supplies, all those things usually come in by ships. And what does it take? It takes people to run the ships. What is also important to note then that while the fact is that Belize does not build ships at all, right? We do have vessels, international vessels that comes into Belize, and those vessels are old in comparison, 25 years and over. So this year's theme certainly is new technology for greener shipping. So what does that simply mean? So if you look at the technology then, it was very dependent on fossil fuel, diesel, right? And before that, what you used to have? You used to have coal, then now diesel. So the intent now is to focus on new technologies for greener shipping, for a more sustainable and environmentally friendly kind of shipping.
How is that going to happen? What are they moving into now?
Well, looking at different innovation, different technology, with a view then to see what can we go into. Cleaner fuel, perhaps electric generated kind of propulsion. So there is an opportunity where businesses, where educational institute, research institute can now put their hearts, minds together with a view now to say what is the next direction for us to go. And there are several solutions now that have been recommended for us to transition from the fossil fuel into a greener way of propelling the vessels that are coming in, that are traversing the entire world as we speak today.
How does Belize's Port Authority collaborate with outside entities to provide this? Because I know you keep saying greener, but how? When I think about ships, I feel like you have to have massive amount of fuel to sustain them. So what are the collaboration like for the Belize Port Authority to make sure this happens?
Well, Belize is not an island.
Right.
Right? Meaning literally that we do not do things in isolation in any way or form. And we are part of the nation state and member state of the International Maritime Organization and the UN in and by itself. So when you look at the Sustainable Development Goals, right, one of them being perhaps one, climate change. That's a big thing, right? And then it takes several countries that are collaborating to see how best we can now find solutions as part of ensuring that we mitigate issues that will affect our climate. All right? So we are part of that conversation, all right? And we are involved in that conversation. In fact, I think it was recently when our Prime Minister was on the world stage giving Belize's case and what Belize's were looking towards from the outer world with a view towards climate change. So shipping is part and parcel of that same development goal, right? Similarly, we have the Sustainable Development Goal 14, sustainable use of ocean, seas, and marine resources, right? So we are not doing things in isolation here at all, right? So the world set the stage. We are part and parcel of that stage.
Of course.
We have to be in the conversation. So now each and every one of us must also look to see how we can get on that bus so that then we are part of the solution and not continue to be part of the problem.
And I feel, I feel that's definitely the right way to go with respect to us having a voice in making this change, simply because then eventually these things will be coming to us. Like you mentioned, we're not making ships here.
No,
we're not making ships. We're not dealing with that whole fuel situation at all. So for us to have that voice, especially on the world stage, saying, you know what, we need to be a very big part of what's going on here, that is a kudos in itself. But let's get to seafaring on a whole.
But let me just, I think before we get there, I believe I need to mention the fact that new technologies, right, this innovation provides an opportunity in and by itself.
Yes.
Right? Opportunity for innovation for our young students, right, perhaps even UB, to look at what ways, what are the things that we can join hands together to come on deck to find the solutions and say, you know what, we will go into the ports, right, and how do we get greener ports, greener ships, right? What are some of the solutions that we need to then advocate for those ships coming into Belize to have for them to equip so that they do not affect our environmental space. Right? So there is opportunity for innovation. So it simply means then that opportunity lends itself for education opportunities as well, employment opportunities. So that is the way how I believe we need to look at it, that this is an opportunity that the world stage is providing for us, and we must also provide it nationally. And the ministry, the board of directors, and the management of Port Authority are looking to see how best we can all be dovetailing into this one ultimate objective that they're trying to achieve, right? Because the IMO is talking about two major things: digitalization and decarbonization. And this just dovetail into decarbonization for the IMO agenda.
This is great. Like, seriously, this is great. But you made mention, and I went back to seafaring because I feel it's a very important. Last time we had this conversation, we were talking about people actually having a fear of actually being a seafarer. Yes. Now, reason for this is because you leave home months upon months, and you go to different countries. You could there are so many dangers that are actually in the sea. But you mentioned UB. And we're here still talking about the seafaring fact. Are we being taught properly of how to be seafarers, especially in the educational system?
Well, I believe that we are making some tremendous strides heading down in that direction. Certainly, from the Belize Port Authority standpoint, we are in the process of recognizing maritime training centers. We are collaborating with the Ministry of Education so that then we can have programs within UB and others, so that then it becomes readily available for people to enter into the seafaring arena. Furthermore, you may have recalled that we are opening opportunities.
Right, the last time you were here, we were talking about scholarship opportunities for persons in the authority to go outside.
Yeah, so we are preparing that foundation, right? But nonetheless, it is also prevalent outside, where the maritime industry, in our neighbors, Honduras, do have several schools. I mean, there may be a challenge there in terms of language, but Jamaica...
We can do it.
We can do it. Of course. Once you have the will, it's easy to get done. Of course. And in the U.S., I mean, we are very closely related with the U.S., right? And there are several schools there, you know. So I personally believe that we just need to have a change, a paradigm shift in terms of our attitude towards education, and rather than just looking at the traditional, start and then shift towards a different, and I believe a more robust kind of industry, as I had stated recently that. And we cite yesterday on the news where BTB is demonstrating that an opportunity exists for seafarers to enter fully into the tourism industry. So if you are in the hospitality management business, then it is available for you to become a seafarer, to work on those cruise ships that travels over several voyages within the Caribbean, in the Middle East, in the Mediterranean, you know.
So who is a seafarer? How does one become a seafarer? Does it once you get on the ship, you become a seafarer, or you're referred to as a seafarer? Doesn't matter what your career is?
You see, right now, let me just a point on that, right? The people who perhaps went to set and have hospitality management, or a bartender, or AC expert, right? Electrician. The vessel is almost like a house, right? Where you have
it's a big hotel, you know.
Exactly. But then just put it relevant that you have electrical, you have your refrigerator, you have entertainment. It's the same thing that is on the vessel, and then you educate yourself perhaps through set to get that diploma or that certificate or that degree specific to, let's say, bartending, right?
Electrical engineering.
Yes, those kinds of things. Now, to become a seafarer, one then has to do what is called the STCW, the Standards of Training, Certification and Watchkeeping course, the basic safety course. Once you've completed the basic safety course, along with perhaps the vessel familiarization and maritime security awareness and crowd control, those are just some of the basic course, and those can be done perhaps within 2 weeks. Once you've successfully completed those courses, then you apply for a seaman document, which is issued by IMARBE. All right? And once you have that document, you've passed those courses, you have that document, you are on your way to being a seafarer, to be employed on one of those international maritime going vessels.
Wow.
Apart from being a seafarer, though, do we have other interests for people to come into the Belize Port Authority? What else can they be employed to do?
Well, I believe I continue to make the point that let us look at the environment. The ship needs to be guided in. That's pilotage. Then the goods needs to be taken off, right? Those are container operations, right? So it needs stevedores, port workers, right? Then it's taken off from the ship, then transported into the yard. That is container operations, warehousing. Then you need people who will drive those forklifts, those cranes. So there are several employment opportunities within, all right? And there's training and education, professional development for those kinds of career that we are looking at.
So it's World Maritime Day, meaning
Yes,
it's not just the Belize Port Authority, but the International Maritime Association.
Yes.
What are some of the activities that we can look forward to?
How to celebrate?
Yeah,
okay, well, at this time, this is part of making awareness to focus on World Maritime Day. And we also have several other stakeholders who are part and parcel of the maritime environment. So certainly what we will be doing is to give some remarks focusing on like Imarbe, who is a partner in the international shipping, will certainly look at what innovations they are bringing on to the table, and they will demonstrate that to Belize and to the world. The Department of Environment is specifically geared towards the protection of the marine environment along with Port Authority, so they will also give their perspective in terms of new technologies for greener shipping onto the stage as well. There is also the Belize Coast Guard, again another large maritime entity, who will also bring their perspective and vision and strategy towards the greener technologies for new technologies for greener shipping. Certainly blue economy and certainly Port Authority. So we are all collaborating to give our vision, our strategy, as directed certainly by the ministry, our respective ministry, our respective boards, those who have boards, and certainly the management and staff of those respective organizations.
Because together we could do it. That much I can
Together
tell you.
we can, together we shall.
Do we get a chance to see any other ships?
You just want a pump boat?
This young man have had several opportunities, but he's so busy that he never wants to take the opportunity, right?
So you can't see the boat, John. You can't see the boat.
So it's going to be a day to celebrate, and of course, World Maritime Day is being celebrated when?
Thursday, the 29th, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
That's actually the day. Some countries opted to have done it before, right? Some countries actually opt to do it on the same day, and there will also be other countries to do it after.
Okay.
So it's like a half a week almost.
Yes, because yesterday we, Port Authority, we were invited to listen to Trinidad and Tobago and some other organization where they had a symposium. And certainly we are planning a symposium, but that will certainly be next year, so we are preparing the foundation. So we have a big symposium for next year World Maritime Day, where we invite international stakeholders to come to our stage to give their success stories and their experience. So we are looking forward to that.
Major, any final words for viewers? Happy World Maritime Day.
Yes, well, certainly it is indeed an honor and a pleasure to always come to Channel 5 with a view to inform our Belizean and the world of what is it that we are doing in relation to ensure that we continue to be relevant within the maritime industry. The focus is for us now to start thinking for new technology, for greener shipping, for a sustainable future, because it is not only the maritime that is impacting, but the ships impact the entire environment, which is not only maritime, it has to do with the terrestrial and everything else. So it is to sort of invite everyone for us to join hands and look at solutions that will certainly ensure that we have a more sustainable future, particularly as it relates to the maritime. So I want to wish everyone a happy World Maritime Day. In fact, on behalf of the ministry, the board of directors, and the management of staff of Belize Port Authority and all our stakeholders, happy World Maritime Day, Belize. All
right. Thank you so very much, man. It's always a good time chatting with you there, Major.
Feel the passion.
Yeah, this guy passionate about. He could tell you exactly where that screw mean on the boat. That's just the way.
And how you know John no gone on the boat yet.
Hey, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, April, you know what a B-box?
We'll find out. Super G and tell me.
So you don't know what B-box is?
No. Sorry, I just
well, you
grew
know
up.
what? Not even me. But we're gonna find out coming up in just a few. You want to stay with us? We'll be right back.
Hello, friends. This is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says men cry out under a load of oppression. They plead for relief from the arm of the powerful. But no one says, "Where is God my Maker who gives songs in the night?" From time immemorial, music has been the medicine for a breaking heart and a hurting soul. And in our moments of darkest despair, God seems always to give us a song in the night. Such was the case of Luther Bridges, a young 26-year-old Methodist preacher and student at Asbury College in Kentucky. With a wife and 3 children, his future looked bright until that tragic night in 1910 while visiting his wife's parents in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. After the family had retired for the night, a neighbor noticed flames coming from the house and aroused Mrs. Bridges' parents and Luther, but the rest of the family members were beyond reach. The young pastor lost his wife and children. In the awful days that followed, he later related that God comforted him with His presence and by giving him songs in the night. During this time, Luther wrote the words and music to many songs we sing today, like "There's Within My Heart a Melody," "Jesus whispers sweet and low, Fear not, I am with thee, peace be still," in all of life's ebb and flow. In the 4th stanza, he referred to his own experience. Though sometimes he leads through waters deep, trials fall across the way. As Job reminds us, in our dark moments, our answer is not in the powerful, but by calling out to Him who gives songs in the night. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
My beautiful Belize, my land of the free, my home and it's bound by the Caribbean Sea. Valiant and bold, proud we are strong. Belize we rebound at age 41. Belize we are free and independent. We're free and independent. Free and independent. To be whatever you wanna be. Free and independent. We're free and independent. Free and independent. We're changing our country. We're free. So make we celebrate with smart. Come celebrate with smart. Make we celebrate with smart. Let's celebrate with smart. So make we celebrate with smart. Come celebrate with smart. Make we celebrate with smart. Let's celebrate with smart.
The entire Smart family wishes all Belizeans a safe and happy September celebrations. Smart, bringing people together.
My parents always said, when it's time to build, invest in quality products that last a lifetime, even if it means paying a little more. It is now my turn to invest in my own home, and it's not even a question. It has to be Oran Windows. My contractor recommends Oran because of the heavy-duty construction, the thickest gauge blades on the market, and the dual locks that allow lower louvers to close independently for privacy while the top remains open for airflow. These features make Oran aluminum louver windows the best on the market.
With Oran aluminum louver windows, you get strength, durability, and beauty with an added layer of security and protection against debris and damaging winds. Come in and check out the variety of sizes and colors at Design Depot, located at Mile 3 Philip Goldson Highway in Belize City.
Keep still now.
Ouch.
I tell you no move.
Ma, you really can't get a mannequin for this, ma? Really?
Well, son, if I never lend you the $2,000 to buy the kids' computer and the book, I may have the money for buying my mannequin.
It's definitely better to borrow from the bank than from your friends or relatives. This way, all you owe is money.
Would you like me to turn around?
That would be good. Turn on, turn on, turn on.
Take advantage of the back-to-school promotion currently being offered by the Belize Bank.
Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
But how can you pay with your phone?
B-Box.
What? What is B-Box?
B-Box have been his newest rewards program.
Really? Where I could get it from?
Man, check on the website bbox.bz or you could download it from the App Store. And if you still don't know, check that young lady there and she will hook you up.
I will surely do so. Good afternoon, miss. Can you hook me up with B-Box?
Welcome back. Just like that, we're back and we're moving now into our third and final segment.
Yes.
Look, you know, one of the questions I asked you before we went to the break, April, is
what a B-Box.
What a B-Box?
But he never know the answer either, so that's okay.
You know, whole of this man in our biasness, right? But that's all right. That's all right. We've got the reps of Benizin with us, and they'll be telling us all about B-Box. We've got Brandon Bennett. We've got my buddy Ash Belize, and of course, we've got none other than Leo Rosado. My squad, you know.
I noticed.
He's a my guy.
I noticed them walking, and then all of a sudden John got B-Box.
Whoa, hey, I'll tell you what, man, it's easy to get, but let's talk to the professionals. They'll be telling us all about it. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
How do we say welcome in B-Box language?
Money.
Money.
Free money.
Yeah, free money. But guys, let's talk about this app, man. Let's talk about this new initiative. I can remember the days of using Benny's dollars.
Correct.
And using Benny's dollars, you used to have the physical paper money, paper Benny's money.
Correct.
That you actually get to redeem new things in the store. And last year, they came out and say, you know what? This is the final year for, this was 2021, the final year for Benny's Dollars, because we've got something big, something new coming on stream. Now it's here. Leo.
Correct. So, with that being said, the physical paper money, E-Bucks, that's gone.
So, Benny's money right home, no.
That's gone. Well, you must use that for last year, though, right? Yeah. So, like you said, B-Bucks is bigger and better.
Yeah.
And that's the whole purpose of this. So, you could use it to redeem stuff in the store. You could transfer these points over to a relative, a friend. Later down the line, we'll do charity funds that you could actually transfer money to. But what basically B-Bucks is a rewards program. So it rewards our customers and our clientele who are loyal to Benny's to get money back on their purchases. So you buy at Benny's, any way you buy, you still get back some money into your account. And the way this app works is it's across all Benny's entities. So you go to B-Mart, which is our convenience store line. You go to Benny's across the country, anywhere. You go to IFF, Island Freight Forwarders.
Okay.
Whichever Benny's entity that is Benny's entity, you can use B-Bucks at. So, and you gain rewards at any of these stores that you shop at.
So what made Benny's decide to transition into the e-wallet?
Well, it's just convenient, and it was just the way to go. I mean, they print thousands and thousands of papers. You waste a lot.
Yeah.
Correct. And then you have the app with you at all times. You know exactly how much you earn, exactly how much you could spend. And one of the biggest or two big aspects of this thing is that you could actually redeem your points for cash. There is a monetary value for it. So, you know, come at the end of the month, you just had gone for a shopping spree at Benny's, you know, and you just built on a house. You don't buy all your furniture, all this stuff, your building materials, and you have an influx of V-Bucks. You could actually cash out for physical cash.
What's the catch?
There's no catch. It's just rewards and rewards and rewards for you.
Because technically, it's not an e-wallet. It's a rewards program for loyalty. So it's free money in all sense of the word. Because you were shopping at Benny's anyways, so now you have we are giving back to our customers. You get cash back when you purchase. You get so it's free. Free money for doing nothing.
And it actually says here what you could do is actually how to redeem. You've got the points lottery. You got the points lottery. When you say lottery, everybody says, lottery money, you know? All right, then you've got the contact us, you've got the login, home, about, you've got enough things on here to tell you what's going on.
But you already have the app. How do you get the app?
So
you download it.
Well, with that being said, though, actually, if they pull it up for us, we have a QR code that we could put up on screen.
Yes, there we
go.
And
to interact with the people at home, if you scan this QR code, you could win yourself $10 right now. For the first 10 people,
do it. Now, put it up on screen.
The first 10, let's leave it up for like maybe 60 seconds.
All right.
The first 10 people right now to scan this QR code, you get $10.
On the clock.
Wait,
you just scan it?
Scan that thing.
So,
oh, it's on there. Oh,
how do you know?
A timestamp. So
so open in browser now.
We have a way to know.
Okay, so they will know.
Correct.
Yeah,
we will have to know, but you are know.
We will have a way to know. So so make sure
the first 10 persons to sign up right now get.
Well,
$10.
You don't need.
Well, you need to sign up, right? So complete sign up.
Okay, and how do you
sign up?
How do you sign
Well,
up?
once you download the app, you put in your information and just straightforward. Once you have your information, submit it to Benny's, and then we can approve it, and boom, you have an account. This account, like I said, is good across all Benny's entities. Any shop you go for Benny's, any store, any entity that is a part of Benny's, your points can
could use that.
Correct.
We know that there is a new, there's a store as well, B-Mart.
B-Mart.
Let's jump in. Talk to me about B-Mart.
B-Mart, basically a grocery store that, you know, is a part of Benny's. And they also got all kind of different items that you probably would not find at some of the stores in Belize. Many different things, man. So I would encourage everybody out there, if you have not been to B-Mart before, check them out. They got a lot of different things.
And we just get our freezer section in, so we got the milks, the cheeses, all that good stuff in there as well now.
I'll tell you what, man, you want fresh veggies as well.
That's right,
you got that
because the veggies are farm to shelf. There is no middleman.
And one of the things I've got to say about this too is that it's very reasonable.
Yeah,
it's very reasonable when you go and you go to the agro section, the agro business section. You see that son we do make this morning? I mean, I got more things, man. Just
you got more things?
So now it's very reasonable. Prices are good, quality is good, and you to get money back for purchasing, for buying at B-Mart.
We know that during, you know, there's normally a lot of stuff going on with Benny's throughout the year, but we know that also Christmas time, that's when there's a big $10,000. We're so used to that using the Benny's dollars. Will there be any such thing with the B-Bucks?
We don't disclose that as yet.
That's code for yes.
We won't disclose that as yet. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's leave it as that.
So primarily, we go into the store, you've got your B-Bucks app set out. You did made mention that we could actually make purchases using these B-Bucks.
Do I need to have data and Wi-Fi to use
We have free Wi-Fi in the store as well.
So like a quick walk through the way how it works. To earn, the earning is automatic.
Okay.
You actually don't even need the app to earn. Once you purchase on your Benny's account, you already have V-Bucks. The cool thing is for viewers, the app was backtracked to 6 months. So for all Benny's account holders, if you made any huge purchases within the past 6 months, you already have V-Bucks right now.
So all you have to do is just download the app?
You already download, more likely you have the welcome email already for your account holder. Just download the app and boom, you might get these surprises in the field.
So wait. And so on your purchase, it's like going to Benny's and buy something for like $10. Is it on every purchase you get something?
It's not on every purchase.
How much do I
Depending on your account status, your account level, it could vary from $75 to $150. if you don't have big time, contractor. So it depends on your account type, right?
Yeah.
So if the everyday person, your threshold is a lot lower, right? So you build points based on that.
And there's also the entertainment side again. Ash, jump in again, because we know that September time would have normally been the Grill Master Challenge and stuff like that. What are the things that we've got coming up?
Yeah, of course. This weekend we got the B-Box official launch. We actually started messing around with it in September, but this Saturday we do the official launch. So those people who have not gotten their B-Box set up as yet, you could come out to the Benny Superstore, get your app downloaded. We'll teach you everything, how you know, all the stats and everything. We also got the first 50 people to come and sign up and download the app get 25 B-Box automatic right there.
When the store is open.
Way to go.
Yeah, so it's starting at 8:30 and it's going to be finished at 12:30. So Friday, I don't know.
Any activities, prizes, games?
We're going to have giveaways for people who are already on the app. Cupcakes.
Lot of merch.
Giveaway merch.
Merch and stuff like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
They have the shirt.
Yeah, we go.
We going?
Oh, we get shirt.
We're gonna get some. And then, so there's one more aspect of B-Box that we haven't discussed, right? And it's the lottery part of B-Box.
Yeah. Right. How do
so
you do that?
you have, say you have 5 B-Box in your phone. You know I go to Benny's. You know I go to B-Mart. You know what? Do nothing for.
Well, you know, no one go there. You might not have the time.
Correct.
To.
Well, yes, correct.
Yeah.
Right. So then, you sit down on your phone. You know what? Like I bet they have 5 B-Box that I have, and you bet it on the app itself, and based on the Bolido number that played that night, you could win 75. What is it? $70? Yeah, $70. Just like
they really throw the $75 the 75 years thing out there.
Gamble is
gamble. No. Lottery.
Yeah, it's a lottery. You can wager up to 3 numbers, and then similar, the win ratio is just times 70.
Wait. We could win up to 3 numbers.
You can wager up to it. Anyone
you can
wager up to 3 numbers.
Yeah. So that when you go to shop, you buy 3 number, just like that, you could do on the app.
Correct.
Wait. So if I had 5 B-Box, right? 5 B-Box, I could, within that 5 B-Box, I could actually pick 3 numbers.
You pick 3 numbers.
Like you could buy Bolido.
Yes. Similar to Bolido, and the win ratio is the same to which is times 70.
And so this would be automatic. If I do that in there and the Bolido number play that
boom, you get
So you get double.
No, you get 70. So the
same like for example in a Bolido, if you buy 20 piece, $1, right?
I guess.
I'm not sure how that works.
I guess.
Is it?
I don't know.
Well, in this case, if you bet if you bet just 1 B-Box and your number win, you get back 70 B-Box.
Yeah, because with 20 pieces, you're supposed to win $70. So that the same thing with the B-Box.
If you get one
B-Box and that number win, then you get 70 B-Bucks.
Yeah.
So if you put your full $5 per nut.
I mean $5.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, I swear.
Get it.
I bear in mind, this is rewards program, right?
Yeah.
So it's, you done the shop that Benny's, we're giving back to you. So that we just to give back money.
It's your own money, so you don't have to spend nothing extra. You can just win.
And so let's say, I got 10 B-Bucks. Yeah. And every night I knock one of these something, I get 70.
Yep.
I could go in at the store, use that.
Yes.
Like just to say, I could go in the store and no, because it happened. I could go in the store and I could use those B-Bucks to just purchase my stuff in the store.
Right.
Ooh, I see an AC in my life.
Yeah.
And the way how the purchasing works, that's a good question you brought up as well about if you have data. You don't need, even if you don't have a fancy phone, we do have accommodations for people who might not really have an app. So we have our cashiers who are trained as well. So if a customer comes up, have the app already, maybe on their computer, they can help them set up on tablet to be able to spend. Because the spending is very easy. All what you do, it's a feature in the app. You go to spend B-Bucks, enter the amount that you need to spend. It brings up a QR code on your phone.
You scan that.
The cashier scans that. You confirm with your PIN. Boom.
Automatically transferred.
Yeah, automatically transferred.
You pay.
Yeah, it even works if you're short. So let's say you go to buy something, you only bring cash. Oh, shucks, I shot $5. Oh, boy, I got $10 B-Bucks. All right, I'll make up the difference with the B-Bucks where I have.
If I have an account at Benny's and I have maybe like a bill I need to pay, can I use B-Bucks?
I need to double check on that, but I believe that you can do that.
Okay.
But that's still an aspect that we're not 100% if we allow that as yet, but I believe that we should be able to.
I'd go along with that for contractors and so for people that would stack up.
And then of course you want to make sure that you pay on your bill. But I know that while I've made my purchase, I've garnered a lot of B-Bucks. And so I would like to use that to pay on my bill. So this is something that will be checked, and eventually, who knows? You
we are telling about it later.
Yeah. So again, you go to the Play Store or the iOS or something like that store. App Store. You download the B-Box. When you download the B-Box, let's say I don't have an account. I download that, and then
you set up the account. So then you put your name, email address, phone number, all that, your information in there, and then all you do is submit. And then it'll send it to our system, and then we'll approve the account, and bam, you have an account.
Yeah, so it's simultaneous. So you didn't create a B-Box account and a Benny's account in one.
Correct. So B-Box and Benny's account will be merged.
A lot of contractors, like myself, I not really into the whole gadgets and whatnot, but they might have gotten that email already.
Yeah.
Do they have B-Box now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they just have to sign.
You just sign up. Yeah, you just find the app. So go through your emails. If you see an email from Benny's B-Box, chances are the account done ready for you. You just have to go in and just sign up.
Log in.
That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Simple.
And then the good thing about the app itself too, if you're a contractor, you could assign, I think, up to 5 members to that account, and then say, John, you have 200 B-Bucks.
Yeah.
You want to make your guy go get one pound a nail or something or whatever. You just transfer him the B-Bucks. Here, link that. The account's linked.
Question now.
Yes.
So if a pound a nail is probably $3. Is it the same it translates to with the B-Box? So I could use 3 B-Box dollars and the same thing?
Correct.
Yeah. It's one to one.
1 to 1. Yeah.
Okay.
1 to 1.
Because the transfer is a cool aspect of it as well. So since like Leo mentioned, you can transfer your B-Box to other people. So if you have no use for it, I can say, you know what, make a get John my B-Box, man go buy at least something. Like
Christmas gift.
It then replaces like a gift card. So if you buy a gift card, all right, well, John, you can get at least 25 B-Bucks now for my account.
Now, again, I got my B-Box. I had passed through Belmopan.
I download it now.
Yes, I had passed through. I'm going to Belmopan. I'm going here April.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I could stop at the Cotton Tree store. Or I might just be downtown. I could stop at the downtown one, the Freetown one.
Yep.
I could go to B-Mart. Or I could go to the superstore and I could use my B-Box at any of those stores.
That's right.
It's
multi-branded.
And then, so down the line, a feature that will happen within the app. So, sometimes we have tragic accidents and incidents that happen, in Belize, somebody house burned down.
Yeah.
We could create a fund that then the public could then donate their B-Bucks and put it towards this account.
Yeah.
And then that person could then redeem that B-Bucks.
And get items to try and replenish their household again.
Wow. Wonderful.
This is so nice. This is so nice.
Yeah.
Look at that. So you could earn your B-Bucks at any of these locations. Of Benny's, B-Mart, Ben Quip. I forget what Ben said. We got the best manufacturing as well. Then I wouldn't wonder, so if
IFF. So that's Island Freight Forwarders. So that we freight forwarding service. Yeah. So also too, John, you could buy sand and gravel, blocks, all of that stuff, that Benny's, and we ship it out to San Pedro for you as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to go to the Cotton Tree one.
So
that my Cotton Tree agro products.
So that's the cool thing about it, because like you mentioned, you could go to Benny's, buy your ASC, and you earn B-Bucks per ASC.
Yeah.
You go across the B-Mart and get some groceries with that B-Bucks you earn per ASC.
Just
earn.
It's like I said, it's literally free money that is giving back to you.
Yeah.
But it has to be at a certain amount that you
spend. Yeah, the amount that you spend.
Depending on your account, right?
Yeah.
And then throughout the year, just be on the lookout for the double days, triple days, quadruple days.
So then that was going to be my next question. Does the app then bring forth notifications such as?
Correct. So yes, we will be having push notifications that like, hey, double days on Tuesday or whatever, right? So it will let you know like there's something nice happening at Benny's.
Come on and make a purchase and it's a double day.
Yep.
So up to quadruple days maybe. So on those special days, you can get up to 4 times your cash back.
Correct.
So we don't download the app.
We've got
Is there anything else that we need to know?
We just want to encourage everybody to sign up. If you don't have a Benny's account, go on the App Store, download it. If you already have a Benny's account, you might already have. I want to stress that. I know people personally.
Make sure you check your.
I know people personally that were shocked that they already have 25. Shucks, we have a guy that had like $65 B-Bucks on his account. He didn't even know that. So, especially for account holders, download the app, check it out. And for new people, We had the QR code.
Yeah.
Maybe we could put it up one more time for people who just
who are just tuning in.
Sign up.
Yeah.
And if you can't sign up today, come down to the launch. Definitely.
Tomorrow. I mean on
Saturday. And that's another chance for you to get some more free money.
25 V-Bucks, right?
Once you sign up on Saturday, you could get a 25.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then we're no longer using the Benny's dollars.
No longer
It's
using
done.
Benny's dollars.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And also, if you don't know how to sign up or anything, you could always come to the store and one of the cashiers could help you.
Show you how to sign up and
yeah,
whatnot.
it's pretty easy.
You
though.
might be surprised. You might have some V-Bucks.
might have
I
some
know
money.
I don't have 65 V-Bucks
But you
because he was excited and said, "Shucks, man, our man come in and he had 65." So I know I got 65 because he's not excited.
I know you will.
Yeah, I know. I figured that. But I hope maybe I have at least one or two. I could buy one Gorilla Glue.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping in. Final words for our viewers.
And you know what? Before we close out, let me see if I could, because we could transfer money instantly.
Whoa, I'll tell you what. Let's go.
So let's
I have to sign in. I have to
This is
sign
where,
up.
like I was mentioning, this is only transfer aspect if it works. So let's say you have a relative or your wife is shopping at B-Mart. Hey, they call it, hey babe, I know I need some money for some groceries. Where are you at B-Mart? All right, cool.
And you can
send
ship it
B-Bucks.
directly.
You can send it directly.
What's the account name?
So the way how it works, as Leo
Yeah.
is doing it right now with John.
All right, so my email address.
No,
your account name.
Your account name.
Oh, well, like John Palat.
Yeah,
you know, you
So-
look for that, and then you just, give me your dinero or B-Bucks your. My Spanish plan.
I am too distracted to correct you. Right?
While I hook that up, that's why I encourage everybody if you come out Saturday, come sign up for the B-Box, come learn about the B-Box. And maybe, you might already have some in your account. So come out to Benny's Saturday starting 8:30 to 12:30.
Lovely.
And it's always a good time being at that store. I can tell you, when you even if you take kids in there, they're excited because they want to ride the escalator.
Right.
They want to ride the escalator. But it's a great time to have you guys in with us, guys. It is something that we were looking forward to.
Right.
We heard about it. We've seen the commercials. It's actually a commemoration of and a celebration of their 75th anniversary of Benny's. We're so thankful that you guys were able to join us this morning and B-Bucks the come your way.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah.
It is saved.
So make sure to sign up all the way, right? Because if you're not sign up all the way, I put in all on the info, then I still can give you money, but off the camera. But no worry, I got your money.
But yes, we hope that you got the customers that signed up and looked at this and scanned the QR code. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for
Not a
coming
problem,
in.
guys.
And
It's always a pleasure.
hopefully you are there at the launch of B-Bucks on Saturday at the Benny's store.
At the Benny's Superstore. So Brandon, Ashblees, Leo, you guys, man, cash you this morning. Cash you.
Wow,
Cash you.
no.
B-Bucks.
We will be right back after this break for a wrap-up. Stay tuned.
Start your engines now for the National MSME Roadshow, geared towards building the resilience of MSMEs and developing a national MSME directory. Sign up for this 3-day event filled with intensive boot camps, presentations, MSME support and formalization clinics, pop-up shops, and more to help you develop and promote your business. The National MSME Roadshow will be in Corozal starting August 24th, Orange Walk August 31st, Belize City September 7th, Punta Gorda September 14th, Key Cocker September 22nd, Belmopan September 28th, San Ignacio and San Helena on October 5th, Dangriga October 12th, Placencia October 19th, and closes in San Pedro from October 26th. Learn more and sign up for the National MSME Roadshow by visiting the Beltrade Facebook page or call or WhatsApp us at 613-5139. And let's get your business on the road.
If you have a baby on the way, Here is what you need to know about maternity benefit. It includes both an allowance for 14 weeks and a grant, which is a lump sum of $300. The basic requirements are: you must be employed, you must have at least 50 paid contributions, and you must have continuous contributions leading up to delivery. To apply, a licensed doctor certifies the expected date of delivery. The employer completes the salaries record. Submit your completed claim form as soon as possible. After giving birth, submit your continuation claim no later than 3 weeks after delivery. If the mother does not qualify, the father of the child may qualify for the maternity grant. Want to know more about maternity benefit or grant? Visit our website or contact any of our offices to have someone assist you. Also, be sure to visit our Facebook page and give us a like to stay informed. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
Everyone, including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen Broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen Broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
And we are back.
Just like that, we're back. You know, we've come to the end of our show for today. We had a great time, I can tell you that much. We got things started with actually making
Wellness
breakfast
Week.
and Wellness Week.
And
it was a
the
good time with that.
Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Healthy lifestyle, healthy eating is something that we don't necessarily practice here.
We don't talk about it.
And I feel that it's cultural. I feel that we're so hung up on fried jacks and stuff like that. When in reality, though, well, hold on. When in reality, we've got everything we need for a healthy lifestyle. And we always boil down to the fact that eating healthy is expensive when it's not.
That's true. I agree, and I feel like we are very Americanized in that sense that we watch the commercials and we say, okay, I need to have a strawberry milkshake in order for that to be healthy. When no, we have other fruits that can compensate that are much cheaper at home. But also we have that 8 to 5 lifestyle where we only have 3 meals a day, and the lunch is usually jam-packed with all of these bad fats. And so forth, you ask the question about how do you maintain a healthy lifestyle when you're at work, because you know you're just going to grab the quickest thing. And so that, I think, is where we fail to kind of try to have more healthier options at the workplace. We fail to try to have a more balanced meal with our, you know, if you're technically supposed to have 6 meals a day, you know, breakfast, 1 at 10, 1 at lunch, 1 at 2, and then at 5, and then dinner.
Yeah.
But we don't practice that. So I think the education bit of it is something that we are lacking.
Look, I'll tell you, and you're so right, but everything is in moderation, everything is in portions, just to suffice your you going throughout the day, you know? So it was a great time with that conversation. We also want to say a big thank you to Major Gilbert Swazo, who is the Ports Commissioner at the Belize Port. World Maritime Day is actually going to be tomorrow. They've got a lot of things lined up and planned, and also they're looking forward to a brighter future with sailing throughout these seas throughout the world.
I mean, we don't give much credit to our seafaring brethren in Belize. We don't give much credit to people that are in the maritime industry. So happy World Maritime Day to all of you, and we hope to see more progress in that field.
Indeed. We're so thankful as well for the reps of Benny's to have joined us this morning. This morning we asked the question, if you know what B-Bucks are, and we were like, we don't know. Now we're fully educated of what it is. You need to download the app so you could eventually get your B-Bucks on there tomorrow, Saturday. I keep thinking it's a Friday. Saturday is going to be a big day whereby from 8:30 to 12:30 they'll have an activity at Benny's Superstore, and you also get a chance to download the app there. You get 25 B-Bucks when you download the app, And these B-Bucks are actually 1-to-1. So if there's something inside that store that is maybe $15 and you've got 25 B-Bucks, then you use 15 of them B-Bucks to get that item.
Wow.
It's a great initiative.
Just like that. And of course, if you were tuning into that segment, they had put up the QR code where the first 10 persons to scan the QR code and sign up would be going away with 10 B-Bucks.
Ooh, man. And look, you need a Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, you need
and
a
less than $10. It's less than 10
The fact
bucks.
that you know that makes me question a lot of things, like why you need Gorilla Glue like that.
I mean, you always have to have these things, you know, especially me. I have kids at home.
Yeah.
And things want broke. And so,
Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, Gorilla Glue. And you can get it right there at Benny Superstore. Look, it's always a great time. We don't have a birthday shout out today, or do we? If it is your birthday today, we'd like to say a big happy birthday to you from all of us here at Channel 5 and all of us right here on Open Your Eyes. If you've got your birthday shout out, if you've got a question, a concern, you can drop us a line right here at oye@channel5belize.com.
And of course, you can catch our live stream on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BC and our highlights on Instagram at OYE Belize.
Yep, then you could join us again tomorrow when you open your
And you
eyes.
start your morning, right?
As per usual, keep your eyes, your mind,
And your heart.
We're going to see you soon. Make sure that you enjoy your day today. And as per usual, it's a good day to be
good.
Great. April.
You say it's a great day to be great. Why?
So that means
That your
we're
slogan.
not toning it down. It's a great day to be
great.
There you go. So make sure that you be great today. Have a wonderful one.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.